Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 218, and I am so glad that you are here today because we're talking about Facebook ads. Oh yes, the enigma of Facebook ads. Oh my gosh, it's the big question of the day. Should I start them? Am I ready to start? Today we're going to talk about it so you know when you're ready to start Facebook ads, because there's nothing worse than starting them before you're actually prepared to, and you can throw money out the window. Like literally just go ahead and throw it in the trash can. I don't want that happening to you. I want to talk you through this so that you are prepared before you ever start. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. I have no doubt it's going to help you along your business journey, whether you are in the idea stage, whether you're starting, whether you're growing, whatever it is, you're in the right place. And if you're offering products, services, programs, coaching, whatever it is, you are in the right place. And I'm so happy to have you. Now, if you're new, you need to know that there's ways to get plugged in right now so that you don't go along this business journey alone. You don't have to do that. God did not make you to go through life alone, and it's the same with your business, okay? So first of all, I've got a Facebook group called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. You can scroll down right now, click on it. It'll take you over to Facebook. You'll answer 3 quick questions, and you'll be kind of in a holding pattern until I approve you. Then I'll welcome you in. You're now in the group. You can post on our weekly posts. We have some fun posts throughout the week, like Wins on Wednesdays. We celebrate. We talk about imperfect action. I do live trainings in there sometimes. So I just would love for you to be a part of the group, and most importantly, for you to have a resource and a way to ask questions when you need help. You may want feedback on something. You may want to do some market research. You're welcome to ask in our group. We do that, and it's awesome. So please come in, and I will welcome you in. I can't wait. And if you have been listening a while, thank you all so much to my loyal listeners. Y'all are amazing. Shout out to my Grow Getters who are just wonderful humans, amazing women who are all striving to build their businesses. And I'm just so proud of each of you. So shout out to my Grow Getters. If y'all don't know what Grow Getters is, it's my program to help you get your business growing. I help you put a system together so that you can attract your right customers and clients consistently so that you can get sales consistently. Because if you can't attract them, you're not going to close the sale. Okay. You're going to be attracting the wrong people. So anyways, make sure you check out Grow Getters. If you are just about to open your business or you're already open and you're like, yes, I need consistent sales. I need to attract customers and clients consistently. So make sure you check that out below. So that's it. Okay. On to the episode. Well, hello everyone. How are you? How's everything going? I'm dying to hear about your business. I need the scoop. I need to know what's happening. So make sure you're updating me when you're in the Facebook group and you're posting on our weekly posts because you know I want to help you. I'm just so excited for all of you. And it's been wonderful. A lot of people lately have been downloading that 16-step checklist for starting your business. So if you're new here and you've never downloaded that checklist, make sure you get it. You can scroll down in the links below and I take you through everything so you can start your business easily and quickly. And you're not like scrounging around trying to figure out how to start your business already because I want you to get it open and get everything selling. So I'm so happy you're here. We're talking about Facebook ads. Now, a lot of you may be wondering right now, like, when do I start Facebook ads or should I start them now? And it's a great question. And I'm glad you're asking it and you're not just starting because let me tell you this. You can waste so much money on Facebook ads. It's not even funny. You can do things that will cause your ads to be seen to the wrong people, to be seen to people who aren't going to buy, who just click, looky-loos. You can do all of that and never get a sale from your Facebook ads. And they're super expensive. Y'all, they are so much more expensive than they used to be. I remember when I had my online boutiques, I was trying to do Facebook ads for a little while to, boost my sales. And this is a true story. So I think I did the boost feature. Have y'all seen that where it tries to get you on Instagram and Facebook to boost a feature?
Well, I did that. And then for a while, I didn't notice that it was still running, and it was thousands of dollars. For some reason that month, I didn't check my credit card bill, or I guess it was my Facebook ads balance. I don't know, y'all. It was thousands of dollars. And I was like, really? I don't even know if this even turned into sales. So I didn't let that happen again. You have to watch out when you're running ads. You can accidentally keep them running and they just keep charging you, even if they're not working. Okay. So there are so many things that can go wrong with ads. And I just don't want y'all jumping in. I want you to educate yourself before you start. Because think about it. It's like when you go gambling. If you sit down to play blackjack when you're gambling, there are things you need to know to play blackjack. Okay. And first of all, it's really annoying when there's people at the blackjack table that don't know what they're doing and they mess up everyone else's hands, like they should have hit on something and they didn't. Anyways, there's a lot of probability involved. And so you have to just go with the probability, and that's your best chance of winning. Can you win without doing things right? Of course. You can hit 21. I've seen people, win a lot of money and not even know what they're doing. But in the long run, you need to have a strategy. It's the same with Facebook ads, y'all. And Facebook ads, it's interesting. I've watched it over the years. They are trying to make it easier and easier on everybody. Number one, they've got the boost feature. I don't know if you've seen that, but if you're like an Instagram or Facebook and you've got a post and it'll say, do you want to boost this post? Or this post is getting a lot of traffic. Do you want to boost it to new people? And there is the big question, to boost or not to boost. And let me just start out with this one to say that it all depends. I think if you really know your audience, if you have dialed in content that you've done organically first and tested it and you want to boost it, heck, try it. See if it works. I find out with a lot of new owners that the product sellers seem to do better with the ads versus the service sellers, because all of us service providers, people who are often coaching, consulting, service, sometimes you don't have your messaging totally dialed in. It's harder. Your messaging, which by messaging, I mean all your wording and who you're speaking to and the keywords and phrases that you're using to attract your right people, that's got to be dialed in. When you sell a product, it's so much easier. You've got a photograph of it. You can say this is what it is. I remember back in the day when I was selling engraved cutting boards, which I adored. They were like my literal favorite item that we sold, these beautiful wood cutting boards. I gave them as gifts all the time for weddings, anniversaries, corporate gifts, everything. Loved them. Anyways, they're super easy because you can say how amazing and beautiful they are and how they're carved and they're thick and they're beautiful and they're dark and they're stained and they're quality and they have a warranty and they make great gifts and it's just super easy. But when you're selling a service, when you're trying to describe something that is intangible, it's much harder. So I'm not even going to lie. Anyone who's selling a service, coaching, consulting, it's harder to sell, I think, on ads, that's my opinion, than it is to sell products, because I've done both. And that's my opinion, that the products are so easy, they're obvious, and you can easily describe them and the pictures look cute and it's just easy. It's an easier sell, I think. Either people want it or they don't. And the service, people get confused and it's just hard. It's harder. I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. It is. You've got to have your messaging dialed in, which is what we do in Grow Getters, by the way, because so many people have a hard time with all the wording and phrases that they use to get the attention of the right people and to attract the right people, right? So first of all, to boost or not to boost, I think product sellers, you may have an easier time boosting and seeing if that works. I would just test it for a little while, but I'm just going to warn you, y'all. If you don't really study up on this and know what you're doing, a lot of times you can just throw your money out the window. You really can. I've known new business owners that have like, well, I tried boosting and it didn't really help. So I would be very wary of this. I would be very wary. You can get some training on Facebook. Okay. Or well, I guess it's called Meta. Now they have a lot of good training for Facebook ads. They're trying to make it easier, which is a good thing, trying to make it easier for all of us to understand. But at the same time, it's still overwhelming and it's hard and you've got to learn the whole back-end system. And this is my opinion right off the bat as well. So let me just say this. I think if you hire an agency it's probably much easier because you can get an agency to help you, someone who's an expert in Facebook ads, not just some random person that has just started Facebook ads. I'm talking about an agency or people that have been doing it a long time and have a track record and understand the changes and everything that's been happening with Facebook ads because they've evolved over the years. I think an agency is a great thing, but they're very expensive. Very expensive. And if you don't have a working knowledge already of Facebook ads, I don't know that that's the best way to go about it. I think you need to educate yourself before you outsource it. Okay. Now, I have not outsourced my Facebook ads, but I am running Facebook ads now. I'm testing all sorts of things. So y'all may see some of my ads for some of my products. You may see it for my free downloads. You may just see some video posts. I am literally testing a whole bunch of things right now. I'm educating myself on Facebook ads as a service provider to see what works. Y'all, I'm 4 years into my business and I'm starting Facebook ads now, I did do them about a year ago. Y'all probably heard me talk about them on the podcast, and I was mainly just promoting my 16-step checklist, my free checklist. And I felt like I got pretty proficient at it and understood it and know all the lingo and the verbiage and how it works. But all in all, would I say that I got exactly my right clients? I think the answer would be no. There were some things I did wrong, and it's a long story. I won't even bore you with the details, but there's some things that I could have done better. So this round, I'm doing a lot of testing on different things. So again, y'all may see them, y'all may see my ads, but I'm testing so that I know what messaging works, what photos work, if photos versus videos work, different headlines work. I'm testing all sorts of things and I'm aggregating data right now so that I can have a knowledge on what brings in the right kind of people, okay? Because honestly, y'all, this podcast brings in my right people, hands down. Y'all know I talked about this last week, about starting a podcast, that I am all in on podcasting. I wholeheartedly believe in it. I think it's awesome. People get to know you authentically. They get to know, like, and trust you. To me, this is the best bang for my buck, hands down. It's the best thing I do. But my strategy right now is, well, how else can I bring in more people? I've got my whole system down. I know my customer journey. I've got my messaging pretty close to like what I think is almost perfect, right? It's never going to be perfect, but I feel really good about it. Let's put it that way. I feel good about the words I'm using, the phrases, how they resonate. And now I'm tweaking those even further. That's what you do, right? And so I'm constantly tweaking. It's never the end all be all. It's never like, I will never say anything different. I'm only going to say the same thing all the time. That's not true. I'm constantly testing wording and everything like that. So my point is, this round, I'm testing, trying, and I'm educating myself because I may be outsourcing it here at some point, okay? Because I don't know that I can manage all of this, manage my programs. I do have a VA. And figuring out what are the best things to outsource and the best things for me to do. And I've been analyzing that as well. So this is the same for you, y'all. This is all trial and error, and you have to test everything. But I wanted to talk you through right now the things that you need to consider before starting Facebook ads for yourself. I know it's tempting. I know that it's tempting because here's the truth. It is a quick way to reach a lot more people. And that's what's awesome about Facebook ads. You can test messaging. You can start seeing what works. Some people recommend, coaches and people recommend running Facebook ads to test different wording and phrases that you use and see what resonates. I think in theory that works, but it doesn't work if you don't know what the heck you're doing with Facebook ads. It still doesn't work. I think it's a skill you have to develop. You have to educate yourself. It is complicated. We'll never fully understand it. It's an enigma. We know that. Meta is doing their own thing behind the scenes. They're changing the algorithms all the time, all that, okay? So all that to say that it's tempting because you can reach a lot of people. I think there are ways that it can be very effective in the beginning of your business and work. But for most people that I've seen, it's not working until they have a whole bunch of other things dialed in, which we're going to talk about, okay? The other thing that I think is great about Facebook ads is that if you have the budget, it's just, again, it's a quick way to reach a whole bunch of people and get leads and even get sales. It really is. It can work. It can work, but it's hard and it's complicated. So let's go through these things. Okay. So number one, I think before you start Facebook ads, you need to have a proven product, service, program, whatever you're offering. It's got to be proven. You've got to know that it works. You've got to have real people who've tried it and have given you feedback, honest feedback on it. Maybe a beta testers or whatever it is. I talk about this, by the way, in my Just Getting Started bootcamp. If you're just starting your business, I would look at that today because I walk you through everything so that you can get beta testers and all that before you launch. I teach you how to do that. So I think that's super important. You've got to have a proven product. Number one. Okay. And by the way, all this will be in the show notes so that you can review this list if you want to come back to it. You've got to have a proven product or service that you know works, because you don't want to spend money on driving people to ads to then getting a product or service that stinks and doesn't work. This is going to flop. You will have wasted money. You'll get returns. You'll get unhappy customers. You'll get bad reviews. You don't want anything to do with that. Okay. So it behooves you to have a proven product, service, program, whatever it is. Okay, number one. Number two. Hi, friends. I just had to jump in here really quick because so many of you have asked me what my credit card recommendations are. And I wanted to share it with you in a great promo that may help you out if you're starting your business or in the growth stage, and especially if you are strapped for cash right now or investing in things in your business. I have used Capital One for the past probably 20 years, I'm guessing, for my businesses and for my home. They have such great rewards and all that stuff, but I have to tell you about this promo that they have going on right now. And that is 15 months interest free. Are you hearing me? If you're trying to invest in things in your business right now, whether you're your website or maybe you're trying to hire someone to help you, whatever it is, y'all, 15 months interest free. Scroll down and click the link below. You also get a $200 bonus when you spend $500 in the first 90 days. Y'all, that's amazing. And they also have a no fee credit card. So you don't have to worry about like some type of annual fee. Also, they have like 3% cash back on certain things that you spend on in the month. So it's a total no-brainer to have 15 months interest free. Just think about that relief of stress that you could experience right now and things that you're trying to spend on, and to know that all you have to do is make a minimum payment each month. You don't have to, like, it's barely a minimum payment. Y'all, you don't have to pay it off for 15 months. It's amazing. Anyway, scroll down in the show notes and get your hands on it, because I'm telling you, you will be so happy and have so much relief. Back to the episode. You have to have a website or a landing page that looks professional. Okay. It doesn't have to be the greatest. It doesn't have to be the most, perfectly copyrighted yet. You don't. You can actually have a really good product or service, and the landing page or the website page not be the most amazing, beautiful thing ever or well written. It may just be something that people want to buy. I mean, y'all, I've sold things that in the beginning, when I didn't hardly have anything on my website, I just said I was offering that program, and I had people that had been following me and listening to my podcast. They didn't even care. They just said, "Where's the checkout?" Like, they didn't even need to see hardly a page. And that's like a dream. That's what we want for everything, right? That people are sold before they even get to that page. But if you're running ads to something, the people may be retargeted from people that have already, visited your website, but they may be new people, which we call cold leads, cold people. And your website's got to look good. It's going to have to look decent. You're going to have decent photos. It is going to have to make sense. You're going to have a good headline. So do you see already? I'm only through number 2, and I'm going into 6 of these. You have to have a good website or landing page. Okay. So again, the first one was a proven product, service, or whatever offering that you're offering. Second is your website or landing page is going to have to look good. Okay. It's going to have to make a good first impression. Number 3, you're going to have the budget for this. I always say this when my husband and I go to Vegas, we bring a certain amount of money because we know that amount is going to be probably gone when we get back. Although last time I went for my birthday, that was a year and a half ago, I won like $550 on blackjack in like 2 hours. And I was like, this is a massive win. Like, that is a massive win. for someone who only gambles once every, however many years. And I do limit myself. And again, we had a budget that we knew was going to go out the window, but luckily it didn't that time, which was nice. But you have to assume that. You have to assume that this money is going out the window, and you have to have a budget for that. You cannot be putting money into these ads when you don't know what you're doing. It will be wasted. It could have been better spent on somehow getting referrals or other ways to get people to your website. Okay. So be very smart about this in the beginning. Okay, so again, proven product or service or program. Number 2, a good website or landing page. So when people see it, it makes a good impression. Number 3, you have to have the budget for this. I don't know what your budget is. Some people say you can start out with like $10 a day on certain ads, but you may need to run variations of that ad. So y'all may be looking at several $100s a week. I mean, if you really want to get traction, it's probably going to be more than that. You're probably looking at $1,000 a month for ads to really test this and get it going. So you have to think about, do you really have that money right now to throw out the window? And should you hire someone to help you as you're learning? Only you can decide that. But I'm telling you now, I think you need to understand Facebook ads in some way before you outsource or as you are outsourcing. You need to be learning it so you can have a conversation with the person about it. Okay? You have to know what you're talking about, or you're just putting it in someone else's hands. And I don't think you want to do that right now. Okay? Number 4, you have to have the time for this. Y'all, Facebook ads take a lot of time. I'm not even going to lie to you. You have to come up with all the text that's in your ads. You have to have cute pictures. You have to have good headlines. You have to be strategic about how all that is written. You have to be able to have a hook. You have to be able to hook people in so they want to click the ad, right? And I'm experimenting with all kinds of hooks and headlines and things that I'm saying to see which ones get the most traction. And then I'm going to narrow it down, and the ones that have the top traction are going to be the ones that I run all the time. And then I'll keep tweaking those. So it's a never-ending battle. It just keeps going. Okay. But you have to have the time to do this. You have to have the time to learn it and become proficient in it so you can have a conversation about Facebook ads and you understand it and you know how to analyze it. You have to be able to evaluate what's working and not working. Because if you're not, then you're just throwing money out the window. You don't know how to tweak things. You don't know how to fix it and make it optimized so that it's getting the highest rate of clicks. Okay. Or sales or leads or whatever your goal is. Okay. So time is a huge issue. Number 5, y'all, this is so important. Your messaging has to be dialed in, or you have to have the budget to be testing different messaging so that you can find the best messaging. And what do I mean by messaging again? I mean all the wording and phrases that you use to get the attention of your ideal people. Okay? You have to be saying this. You have to be saying the words that attract your right people. Okay? Like y'all know that I talk about people turning their passions, their skills, their God-given gifts into a business. That attracts a certain group of people. It really does. It speaks loudly to certain people. Okay. And it may speak softly to others, but those are the people that I want to target. People who've had a passion for something their whole life, or maybe recently it changed their life and now they want to help others with it. Those are my people. I have a lot of faith-based people that follow me because I do talk about my faith some, and I do bring God into the equation because for me, it's a big part of the equation. Right? And so when I say that, it sparks the attention of people who are that way as well. So you have to realize my messaging to all of you is intentional. We work on this in Grow Getters. It is a journey for you to come up with the right messaging. And you've got to work on it. You've got to tweak on it. You've got to tweak it. You've got to get feedback from other people. And again, I train you on this in Grow Getters, and I help you because it's important, not only the words that you put in ads or in Instagram posts or on your website, but the words you say when you're meeting people and you're sharing what you do. This is a problem for a lot of new business owners. who meet people. And I don't know if this is you, but a lot of you get embarrassed when you meet someone. You're like, I'm really embarrassed that I just started a business. What are people going to think? Are they going to think that like, what is this girl doing starting a business? Who is she? Right? And you fumble over words and you don't know how to be clear about what you offer. And guess what happens when you are not clear about what you offer? Just take a guess. People feel your lack of confidence, and they are also confused too by what you do. So they are not able to understand for themselves, and they are not able to refer you to other people. 3 negatives of not having your messaging. Number 1, it gives off lack of confidence. Number 2, it confuses people and they don't really understand what you do. And number 3, it confuses the people so they can't refer you to people who would actually need your products or services. So it's a big deal. Messaging is super important, and it's a big part of Grow Getters. Okay. So if this is you, you want to consider getting in Grow Getters just to get help on this. It's key. It's key for everything that you're doing, your website, your speaking, your ads. It's everything. Okay. Okay. So number 5 was messaging. If you don't have that dialed in, you're not going to get the attention of the people you want to get the attention of in your ads. Okay. So let's review before we go to number 6. Number 1 is a proven product or service. Number 2 is a website or landing page that looks good. Number 3 is that you have the budget for this. You have money to burn in the beginning, because it's going to burn in the beginning until you get really good at this. You've got to have that budget. Number 4, you've got to have time to learn it and to be able to evaluate and have a conversation about it, so that if you do want to outsource it, you know what you're talking about and you can look at the data and know what's working and not working. Number 5, you have to have your messaging dialed in, so you call out the right people so that the ads draw the attention of your ideal customer or client. Okay. And number 6, you have to have your customer journey all mapped out. And if you're new here and you don't know what a customer journey is, it's basically the journey that people go on once they enter your world. Okay. And so what may happen is they may hear you on a podcast like me. Y'all, you want to hear your journey? You hear me on the podcast. I lead you to a Facebook group or one of my free downloads. I have the 16-step checklist for starting your business. I also have the Ikigai guide, which Ikigai means it's Japanese term, reason for being, for those of you that are in the idea stage. And I have those free resources. I now have another free resource that you may see ads on, or you may hear me talk about, and that is my podcasting training to help you. Like if you're thinking about starting a podcast, I talk you through everything about podcasting so you know what to consider before you get into podcasting. Okay. Because I want to make sure that it's right for you. So I talk about that free training. Okay. I've got a private podcast. Are y'all still awake? Okay. I've got lots of freebies that I'm promoting in different places, but I have a private podcast called Consistent Sales Made Simple. And you can get that if you are about to open or you've already opened and you're like, how do I go from random sales to consistent sales? Because you don't want random income. You want consistent income, right? So I talk you through that. So these are all things that I do to lead you into my world. So from podcast to either Facebook group or one of my freebies, then you're on my email list. You enter your email. Now you're on my email list. You get things on my email. You may follow me on Instagram, okay? Because in some of the emails, I direct you to Instagram. So now you're on there. And then if I want to run ads to you, I can run ads to you, okay? So this is what happens. I have you on a journey. Then also within that journey, once you buy, let's say you buy into the Just Getting Started Bootcamp or even my mini business plan workshop, okay? You buy into that, then I'm always leading you into the next level program, like from the Just Getting Started Bootcamp, then you may go into Grow Getters after that, right? Or you may go from Grow Getters to one of my podcasting program, or you may go from my podcasting program called Bingeworthy to Grow Getters. I've had people go both ways. So this is what happens. You are on a journey and there's different, it's like a flow chart. Imagine a flow chart. Okay. So you could put podcasts at the top. That's how most people find me, or referrals, right? And then it flows down that you may go down one of these little rivers, one of these little paths, and it leads to this, this, and this. But ultimately, it's one of my programs, and all roads lead to Grow Getters. That's the truth. So y'all all know all roads lead to Grow Getters. It is a master plan. It's what I have. It's the flow for you. Okay. And so you have to have this all mapped out for your business. And we do that in Grow Getters as well. We have a whole customer journey training, and it's everything you need so that you have this mapped out and you know that you have a repeatable, reliable system for when people come in. It's a machine. It's a well-oiled machine. If you don't have this and you're running ads, then what's happening? You're getting them into your world. Are they just like liking your page? Or are they getting a free download? Are you trying to get them to buy something? Like, what are you doing? You have to have this whole journey mapped out, or it's wasted money. It is wasted money that you got someone there. Okay? I don't want you wasting money. I want you doing Facebook ads that actually work. So my suggestion for most of you is to wait to get all this stuff nailed down, then start running ads, educate yourself, and then if you want to outsource, you can. Does that make sense? I don't want y'all wasting money right now. There's other things you could be spending it on to get exposure right now, especially referrals and word of mouth in the beginning, because that's free. Y'all know that, right? Or I think a podcast is amazing, or a YouTube channel, or if you're really active on Instagram, okay? Or a Facebook group. There's so many ways. But anyways, I hope this makes sense. I don't want y'all wasting money. I want you doing this the intelligent way and being prepared before you jump in, okay? Well, I'm so excited for all of you, and I'm so proud of you for all your hard work in your business. I know that you are impacting lives every day, and I'm so excited for you. So that's it. Until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.
Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal. I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it'd be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's 2 ways you can give me your answers. Number 1, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number 2, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news. What would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you? So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.